Have you ever felt like manifestation starts out exciting, but somewhere along the way it becomes exhausting? Like suddenly you're overthinking every thought, questioning every affirmation, and wondering if you're actually doing it right? Today, I want to dive into the whole idea of doing manifestation right and start treating it like something much more powerful and honestly much more fun. So let's jump straight into what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Manifestation and Money Podcast, the show where we tackle the taboo topics of money and manifestation. I'm your host, Jenny Schultz, former 9-to-5 grinder who ditched the status quo and went all in on creating a life I love. Yes, I use manifestation. Yes, I took action. And yes, I created a 7-figure net worth before turning 40. Every week, I'll bring you inspiring stories with money mavens and manifestation masters. From learning how to make more, save more, and grow your wealth to unlocking the power of manifesting your dream life. I am so excited to play in this space with you. Let's jump into creating a life you love. Welcome back to the Manifestation and Money Podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that I see coming up all the time. And if you've ever felt like manifestation feels a little heavy, a little forced, or even like work, I'm hoping that this might just expand your context a little bit, because I don't think it feels hard because you're doing it wrong. I think it could feel hard because you're putting way too much pressure on doing it right. Does that make sense? So that's where I want to go today. Have you ever noticed that the more you want something, the tighter you hold on to it, you grip onto it. And the more you think about it, analyze it, question it, the more it feels like, why isn't this happening yet? And suddenly your manifestation goes from something that felt exciting to something that feels like a test that you're trying to pass. Am I doing this right? Am I thinking the right thoughts? Am I aligned enough? Did I do the right affirmations? And that takes the fun out of it, and that makes it feel hard. So today I want to offer you a different way of looking at manifestation. So instead of thinking about manifestation as something you either get or don't get, I want you to start thinking about it as something that you build, just like a muscle. Because if you think about it, you don't walk into a gym for the first time, pick up the heaviest weight, and expect it to feel easy. You don't do one workout and expect instant results. You build strength over time, through repetition, through showing up. And your manifestation ability works the exact same way. If you think of it like your belief is a muscle, your trust is a muscle, your ability to notice opportunities is a muscle, your capacity to receive is a muscle. And when you start to look at it this way, I find that you can relax a little bit, because now it's not about getting it perfect. It's just about that gentle embodiment, and it's about consistency toward building the habit or building that muscle. So I want to share something that we recently did inside the Manifestation Playground that illustrates this so perfectly. We played a game. One person picked a color, another person picked an object, and the combination we landed on was an orange balloon. Now before this, nobody was thinking about orange balloons. They weren't on anyone's radar. But the moment that we set that intention and started looking for it, people started seeing orange balloons popping up. No pun intended there. But they showed up in games our kids were playing, in the background of YouTube videos, and it felt like magic. But here's what's really happening. It's not that orange balloons suddenly started appearing more. It's that our awareness was activated. Our brain started filtering for it. And when you train your mind to notice something, it becomes more visible to you. So we started noticing the orange balloons. This happens to my husband when he sees a car he really likes. He'll point out a unique car to me, and then suddenly he's like, oh, there's another one and another one. And he starts seeing them everywhere we go. And this is where manifestation begins. Not with forcing or obsessing, but with just the simple act of noticing. Because when you start noticing things showing up, you start believing. And when you start believing, you start expecting. And when you start expecting, that's when you start receiving. And most people skip this step. Trust me, I know it's not intentional, but they just go straight to, I want the big thing, the house, the money, the business, the life change. And they put so much pressure onto that one outcome that it actually blocks the very energy that allows it in. Now, caveat here, it is totally possible to manifest big things right out of the gate. But more often than not, if you start with the big thing without having the belief behind it that you can attract even the little things, it can create too much pressure. And you can find yourself asking things like, why isn't it here yet? I needed this to happen. Ugh, need. You can feel how grippy that word is. What if it doesn't work? And that energy feels tight, it feels contracted and constrictive, it feels heavy. But when we can add in the element of play, and play could sound like, let's see what shows up. Wouldn't it be fun if? I'm open to being surprised for that outcome or something even better. That energy, it feels light, expansive, and it's magnetic. And this is the shift into building that manifestation muscle naturally, without the pressure of, I only have one shot at something. Because you don't. You have multiple shots at something. The moment you make manifestation your job, you take the magic out of it. But when you can make it a game, you start building your manifestation muscle in a way that feels good and actually works. So with that said, let's make this practical. If you were going to start building your manifestation muscle this week, here's what I'd invite you to do. First, try that noticing game. If you feel like you're overthinking, do what we did in the group and ask someone else to choose a random combination for you. A color, an object. It could be something like a pink bicycle, a yellow cup, a green hat, anything. Your job is just to watch for it and go through your day with that awareness. And every time you see the thing show up, celebrate it. And you're not celebrating because it's the thing that you ultimately want. You're celebrating because it's evidence that your focus is working. Your awareness is expanding and you're not forcing it. I don't want you just to go type into Google the thing you're looking for just so you can see it and check that box off as complete. Your goal here is you're expanding your awareness. So you're training your brain to see these things. Secondly, I would invite you to play with micro manifestations, those low pressure things, like intending a free coffee or intending seeing a coin or getting a perfect parking spot. Things that feel easy, things that don't carry any emotional weight, because when it feels light, oftentimes it can flow faster. And every time one of these things shows up, you are going to be reinforcing to yourself, to your belief system, that this is working for me. One of my quirky things is finding 4-leaf clovers. And it happened, I know, like looking back now, I can see where it started for me. I was sitting in a field at a park chatting with a friend, and he found a 4-leaf clover as we were sitting there chatting. And I thought that was really cool. And little did I know at that time, but seeing my friend find one was instilling a belief in me that, oh, they really do exist, and especially exist in the environment that I'm living in. Then eventually, I expanded my belief even more to where I found one of my own. Then flash forward to now, I found hundreds of them. I expect to see them now. When I find one, my other kid wants one too, and more often than not, we can find a second one. Also, I feel like I should say here, sometimes we look and we don't see one in the time we spend looking, but I know, my belief knows that if we'd spend more time looking, it would eventually show itself. So that belief is still there that it will show itself eventually. And it does. And sometimes it's in the most unique way. One of my favorites was I was at a memorial service outdoors and I had lowered my eye to my feet and a 4-leaf clover was actually popping up over the edge of my sandal. So the belief is there. And that's one thing about manifestation and gripping. You don't have control of the when, oftentimes, when they will show up for you. All right, so back to ways that you can implement this into your life. So you can also add in fun, expansive language, which I had mentioned earlier, but I want to repeat them here. Things like the phrase at the end of your manifestation of, or something better. You could also say your manifestation followed by a phrase like this or something more aligned for me. Or a fun starter phrase that you could say at the beginning would be, wouldn't it be fun if, and then follow it with expressing your manifestation request. I hope you're feeling the power in this because it instantly removes the pressure behind it. You can have the power. I want you to know that you can have the power without having any grippy pressure attached to it. Like, wouldn't it be fun if I got an unexpected payment today? Wouldn't it be fun if something amazing happened this week? You're not gripping onto the thing, you are open to the thing. And here's where you need to start collecting the evidence. For some, just taking a mental note of things showing up will be enough. For others, you can keep a simple note in your phone or your journal, but track what's showing up. Track the synchronicities, the coincidences, the little wins, because the more evidence you collect, the stronger your manifestation muscle becomes. And when you open up your app or your notebook and you see that little list growing, you are building belief in the identity that you are someone who intentionally manifests. And when you embody that belief, life can start feeling magical. And I would love for you to take that away from this episode, that you are not here just to manifest one thing. You are here to become someone who embodies manifestation, who naturally sees, expects, and receives opportunities everywhere. So if things have been feeling heavy lately, or if you've been putting pressure on yourself and wondering why it's not happening yet, this is your permission to take a step back, to lighten it up a bit, to play with it again. Because the more you enjoy the process and the more you engage with it, the more you are doing the repetitive action of building that muscle, and the easier it'll become, I promise. So this week, I encourage you to try that game. Pick your color, pick your object, and just notice what shows up. And if you love this kind of playful approach to manifestation, this is what we do inside of the Manifestation Playground. We experiment, we try things, we build belief together. So if that feels aligned for you, come join us. All right, that's what I have for you today. Cheers to creating a life you love.
Thank you for hanging out with me on the Manifestation and Money podcast. If you're ready to take your manifesting to the next level, come join me inside the Manifestation Playground. It's an intentional space I've created to explore, experiment, and expand your manifestation potential. It's where the magic happens. So head on over to www.manifestationplayground.ca to find out more. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep taking aligned action. Cheers to creating a life you love.